G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. G'day guys and welcome to Casual Rage 184, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. I'm sorry I'm not going to be on camera again today. It's been I think most of you heard, it's not really much of a secret. My grandmother passed away last week, hence why there was a missing Casual Rage in there. Yeah, it was kind of really weird. It didn't kind of hit me until this week because we had the funeral this week. It was actually kind of strange. Rest in peace to my nonna. But I don't like sort of talking about this stuff because it brings it all down. But I wasn't going to do the show today. I haven't really been feeling it. I said that I was going to start putting some videos out again this week. I just haven't been feeling it. It's been just one of those times where I just haven't, because of all of this, I just not feeling it. So I'm hoping that we just get through this week and then come next week, I'll be good to go. I've been thinking about the Stargate reviews and how I want to do that. I keep tossing up. Let me know what you guys think, actually. I keep tossing up about doing it as like a watch party and then uploading it as a premiere because it's going to be a long video. The only thing is then you don't, it's as opposed to the way that I do my reviews now, you're not going to see like what I'm reacting to on the screen. So all it's going to be is me and a counter. Or do I do it the way that I do all my other reviews and just go through, watch them, clip out my reactions to certain parts, and then give thoughts and reviews at the end? It's probably easier for me to do that than it is for me to sit down and watch an entire episode and record an entire episode and upload an entire episode and have to do possible edits on an entire episode. Let me know what you guys sort of think. I was also thinking about making them for members, but then I thought, no, that's not really fair. I don't do enough to be able to do something like that. And then what else? Oh, I was also just thinking about just doing it as a live stream, and you react to, we sit down and watch the episode. But doing that, it's like the time that would be the worst possible time for a lot of people around the world. Because it'd be I don't know, 8 p.m. for me, something like that, which is the middle of the real early morning for people in the States or something like that. But yes, I have been thinking about the Stargate stuff quite a bit. I have been promising it for a while, and I definitely need to get that out to you guys. We do have a little bit to talk about today. Again, because of everything that's happened, I've been so like unplugged out of the internet. Haven't really been paying attention to a lot of stuff. I've been in and out here and there. Like I've seen some of the stuff on the Snow White stuff, but like I don't really care. We'll probably watch some of the D23 trailers because, of course, we did Casual Rage last week, and then the very next day they dropped like what 10 trailers or something. It's like you couldn't have done it a day before, so we could have watched them on Casual Rage. We don't have to wait a whole week. And again, I could have done videos on them as well, but just wasn't feeling it. Just wasn't feeling it. And yeah, I'm off screen because I feel like I look horrible. Like I've been sort of, obviously there's been a few tears. Yeah, so I don't feel like being on screen. I feel like I look ugly. All right, let's say hello to the chat. Let's say hello to you guys. We've got Star Wars Marvel Purist in the chat. Force choke that like button. Feel the rage. Yes. Jordan's here. How you doing, Jordan? May the Force be with everybody, or everyone, I should say. God bless. And force choke the like button. Everybody's going to force choke that like button. I'll talk to you guys later. So going to be back and watch to all the people that do come back, because I get a fair few people come back and rewatch the stream. To all of you guys, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you do come and watch the stream. I know, like I find it hard watching streams after they've been streamed. Like there's some that I can, and it's more so when I'm driving I can do it, because like I can't be in the chat while I'm driving. But if I'm just sort of sitting at home, oh man, sometimes there's so many things I want to say, and obviously the stream's already done and dusted. It's not like you can comment in the chat anymore. So yeah, sometimes I find it a bit tough to come back and rewatch streams. But guys, smash the like button. Force choke that like button. And smash the subscribe if you're not subscribed. We got Dr. Coffinales in the chat. We've got Darth Ghostface. How you doing, Ghostface? Good to see you. We've got Mudcrab in the chat. How you doing? Probs can't stay. I'm sorry to hear that. But yes, real world. I get that. I do get that. What's this one? So what audience is Skeleton Crew for? Does Disney think that kids can't use old people, Han, Luke, Leia, as role models and can only relate to other kids? Yeah. They probably do think that. You know, we need these kids to be like, show their morals so that these other kids, because this show is 100% for the kids' side of the fan base. And it looks and feels based on what we saw in the trailer. And I know we haven't watched the trailer on Casual Rage, so we will watch it today. But based on what we see in the trailer, it is... I don't even know how to explain it anymore. I actually don't know how to explain it anymore. I really don't. Lara's in the chat. How you doing, Lara? Good to see you. And she'll be listening to the replay as well. She's always in the comments section. She's great. Melissa Lord, how you doing, Melissa? Good to see you. We got Tillium in the chat. Rest in peace, Stargate again. No, we're going to do it. As I said, I've been thinking about it a lot. Andor, The Serial Awakens, Season 2, Attack of the Soy. Oh, man, Andor Season 2. I'm going to save it for the Andor section of the stream, but I've got a bit to say about Andor Season 2, actually. GT Weber, good to see you. We got Papa Palpatine's Pizza Padawan. Who else have we got? We got Trev in the chat. How you doing, Trev? Good to see you. This is a really good point. Raging Rhino, if Skeleton Crew is a success, I think, then KK will leave Lucasfilm. Like she said, she would, like she said, she would, and Bitch Iger will probably make Dave Filoni the president of Lucasfilm. Oh man, can you imagine what Star Wars would end up like? I almost want that to happen. Oh man, I just went through that in my head. I almost want that to happen. You know what will happen if that happens? People will say that the Civil War has been going on for this long. Like when we thought that Dave and John won it, they didn't actually win it. It was still ongoing. It was a little bit of a false report, but it was still ongoing. I might do a fucking video on that. Just a troll. I'll bring out my Dictor Van Dumb cunt character. I am Dictor Van Dumb cunt. As I cannot independently verify this, you must take it as rumor and take it with a planet of Crate. I like it. And then I'll talk about how Kathleen Kennedy is like they're going to view. No. What I'll say is they're viewing the Acolyte as a success. They're viewing the Acolyte as a success. And all Kathleen Kennedy needs is one more win, and they believe that it's coming in the Skeleton Crew. And if it comes in the Skeleton Crew, Kathleen Kennedy will be leaving, and Dave Filoni will eventually have won the Civil War and become president of Lucasfilm. But you know why I want that to happen so bad? Is because, whatever they release after Dave Filoni becomes president of Lucasfilm is now on him. Just like it was on Kathleen Kennedy. Or just like it is on Kathleen Kennedy. There's no more, man, I can't even think of some of the justifications people come up with to explain Dave Filoni. The script and everything was done for the Acolyte before Dave Filoni got promoted. So he really didn't have that much involvement or say in it. When we've got clear evidence from the people that have made it coming out and saying that they went to Dave Filoni for all that information. Rhino, do you think that all of the Star Wars stuff that Disney has made had the potential to be good? Definitely. This is the thing. Is in this universe, yes, you don't have to follow the EU. You wouldn't have to. You can start again. And that's when people gave it a chance. They decanonized the EU before they came out with The Force Awakens. Ryan Kennel was even willing to give it a chance. Okay, let's see what you do with it. As long as you abide by the rules, the laws, as long as you abide to the canon, and as long as it doesn't stuff a lot of things up, you've still got to have, this is the thing, that Star Wars is such a, it's already a fleshed out world. And that's the problem with decanonizing what you're doing. Because it goes all the way back to Bane. You know, what we see in the OT actually goes all the way back to Bane, 1,000 years in the past. You can't just snap your fingers and make that disappear and think that the fans are just going to essentially accept that. Now, they accepted it based on the premise that we thought that they were going to look after this thing. That potential that you talk about in this comment was going to come out. But no. Like, talking about what could have been... Yeah, it's nice. I was excited when Disney bought Star Wars. We were going to get more Star Wars. I honestly thought that we were going to get the EU on the screen. And then when they decanonized, I was like, oh, well, there goes that. But look at the reaction and everything that happened with The Force Awakens. Like, even me, like, I had those beer goggles on. I was so blinded by my love of Star Wars to that I thought that I loved The Force Awakens. I watched that movie so much between when it released and when we got Last Jedi. I watched it so much. And now we are where we are now, and I am like, I never really thought of myself as like a critic or anything like that. And I still don't necessarily think myself as a critic. I just think of myself as a fan that loves these things, that can actually give criticism on some of the things that they've been doing. But that's sort of built up in the time that I've been doing YouTube. You know, when I watch movies now, and when I like, whether it be something to do with anything, like my critical brain kicks in. It's like there was I was watching an episode of Stargate with my mate, because we're on season 3 right now, and there's a bit where they're sort of captured by an Unos, and it's just an alien species, big dude, and they're being chained away. They're being taken to the Stargate, and they basically roll down the hill to get away from the Unos. And anyways, it all comes down to the point where they're sort of freed. They've got a staff weapon, and they go to blast. I've got to turn my camera on for this. Sorry. He's got his chains like this, right? And the chain's obviously in between his arms. And Teal'c is sort of standing where the camera is, and he's firing the staff at the chain so that, you know, it comes apart. But you know who's sitting right behind them so that they make sure that they're in the shot? Is Daniel and Sam. And it was so funny because I turned to my mate and I'm like, you reckon that was safe having Daniel and Sam? What if he missed? What if he missed the chain and it just hit Daniel behind him? You know, and it was like, I would never have like nitpicked that. There's actually a few things in a Stargate, and I think it's just of its time. Like there's even an episode where Jacob, Sam's dad, you know, comes to Earth for a mission, and in that time, it's about basically him trying to reconnect with his son, and they haven't talked for years and years and years. And then right at the end of the episode, he knocks on his son's door. They don't speak 2 words to each other, and then they just hug and embrace after 20 years of button heads and conflict between them, or whatever it was. Like that's you know, oh, we're all a happy family at a snap of the fingers. But I feel like the reason why they did that is because you show that, it's just going to drag out the episode. You've just got to know that by the end of whatever happened, you're almost like adding in headcanon that they just sorted this situation out, and at the end they hugged. But they've got to snap right to the hug so that you know, okay, that is actually resolved. Got no more time in the episode. But it's still, I still see it now. I never would have seen those things before. I never would have cared so much. It's funny, Disney made me care more. How funny is that? Sorry, I've been rambling on. It's actually been kind of fun. I'm just sort of relaxed and don't really care about the topics too much. We're going to get to them. Who else have we got here? We got Nuisance Bird. Caw-caw. To you too. Here we go. Ghostface. We got King Chris in the chat. How you doing? We got Mike Hill. Good to see you, Mike. Soul Assassin. Smash that like. Yeah. Who else have we got here? Star Wars Move the Purist. I said hello to you. She's one with the Force. Yes, she is. My grandma, yes. She's my grandpa now. We got Quentin in the chat. How you doing, Quentin? Good to see you. Darth Undercover. Hello. Greystone. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through here. Just seeing a lot of the same names because you all are legends here each week. I see you, Blake. I see you. Sandro, hello. Skeleton Crew reminds me of what I felt when I saw Rebels. It's interesting. Rebels, I actually think, is based on what I saw in the trailer. I actually think that Rebels is probably a little bit better. Although Rebels is like, there's some good redeeming moments in Rebels. I've always got to say that because there are some really good things in there, really good moments, really good themes. For, again, I've got to point out this, their canon. Because like Ahsoka shouldn't even really be a thing. But like that stuff between Ahsoka and Vader, I think there's some good stuff in there. Showed that even the apprentice couldn't redeem him. It had to be family. It had to be his son. Like I like a little bit of that. But then it's what surrounds it. Like, yeah, in that sort of sequence of events, you got the helicopter lightsabers, man. Like, that's some crazy shit. That's clearly for kids, but in Skeleton Crew's case, I don't think there are any kids left. Man, how many kids are actually watching Star Wars? You might have some of the SEALs out there that do have kids. That they probably like push this stuff on, kind of like how they push their, gender or something on them. You're not a boy. You're a chick with a dick. Oh shit, we just got to the Victor Van Dum cunt shit. Man, I'm so far back in the chat. You're gonna have to be patient with me today, guys. Oh, Tim's in the chat. Howdy. How you doing, Tim? Mr. Bantham, I see you. Dr. Coffinails for $5. Remember when we still thought we would get Mara Jade? Yes, in live action. I do. Yes, I do too. I do too. And that's like, this is the thing that sort of blows my mind. And I think we've talked about it before, of course. But the fact that they wanted women, they wanted strong female characters. And if they actually had have just done a little bit of research, just a little bit of like homework for themselves before they just decided to get rid of it, they would have noticed that they had actually quite a diverse, and I hate having to use that word. They've made that word like so, eek. But they would have noticed that it's so diverse already, with all different types of characters. You got to remember, in Star Wars, if there is any type of quote unquote racism, it's actually racism between species, not between the different, there would have been no racism between the different colors in humans. It would have been more the fact that you had the humans that were more racist towards different alien species. Like Palpatine was basically a racist. He hated all the aliens. But yeah, like Mara Jade, Jaina Solo, Leia throughout all of that. Like there's plenty there. There was plenty there. Well, there still is plenty there. True. Q Ball, I see you. How you doing, Q Ball? SWA, I see you as well. Lone Wolf. How you doing, Lone Wolf? Oh, thanks again, Dr. Coffinels, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Let's see. Ahsoka has no place in real Star Wars. I tend to agree. I used to think, though, that there was a place for her. Like, again, when I first originally watched the Clone Wars before I got educated by Ryan and Lethal, You know, and even after they told me about her, like, I still thought there was potential for her. But yeah, not anymore. Please make a reaction video to the Disney gets slapped by everyone over evil story. Uh, um, can't be sued for killing a woman due to Disney Plus. Oh, no, I did hear about this. Okay. I got to point out that I've been sort of unplugged out of the internet for the last probably 2 weeks. I've been in and out here and there, but I did hear about this. So if you didn't hear about this, actually, it's a pretty crazy story that there was a family. I think they traveled from overseas. I can't be certain of that though. But basically, a family went to some restaurant that's under the Disney umbrella. It's like near the Disney parks or something. Anyway, they went to a restaurant. They ate food. They were trying to make sure that the wife, let's say, had allergies, and they were constantly making sure with the waiting staff and everything that it was all okay. And they were assuring her that it was all okay. And it turns out that it wasn't all okay, and she died. And apparently, how Disney is able to get out of being sued and a lawsuit based on this is because in 2019, they signed up for a Disney Plus membership subscription. And in the terms and conditions of that, somewhere stipulates a loophole for them where they don't need to settle, they don't need they can't be sued or whatever by this family because they ate in a restaurant 5 years later, a Disney restaurant. That's crazy. That's insane. What if you had a Disney Plus membership? What if you no longer had a Disney Plus membership? And yes, you still signed off on all those terms and conditions that gives them the loophole, but you're no longer a subscriber to that. You're basically paying Disney for a little bit of entertainment, if you can even call what they do these days entertainment, but for a little bit of entertainment and the inability to sue them if they ever do something against you or like something happens to you at one of their locations. That's some pretty crazy shit. Pretty crazy shit. Anyway, I'm pretty much all caught up. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry, but thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Oh, we do have another member chat here. Mike Hill for 32 months. Always wondered, how do Star Wars tell what year it actually is, since nobody from the prequel era knew the BBY. Yeah, that's true. Tim, do you know the answer to that? I see him in the chat. Do you know the answer to that question? Is it in world? Do they reference BBY in universe? I'm wondering that too now. Or is that just fans that use BBY and ABY? That's a good question. I'm trying to think now if there is ever a reference of BBY or ABY in universe. Honestly, I can't think of one. They have calendars. LucasArts and film made ABY BBY. Now I understand that, and I understand what it means before Battle of Yavin, after Battle of Yavin. So Tim says no, they reference around the time of the Phantom Menace. So I'm confused then, though, because the Battle of Yavin hasn't happened in the Phantom Menace. Anyway, I don't know. Good question. I'd have to do some research around that. I've also been thinking actually about doing another scripted video. I was going to do it around the time in Star Wars. So 36 BBY is year 0 in universe. Okay. But how did they tell time or tell what year it was or whatever before the Battle of Yavin took place? It's kind of like, you know, how did they sort of measure time or tell time before BC, like in the BC, before Christ? Like, because that wasn't a reference point before it. Anyway, you get where I'm coming from. What was I saying? Yeah, so doing a scripted video, but like doing it based on time. It's actually funny. In that same episode of Stargate that I was talking about with the chains, oh no, it's not that same episode. It is a different episode, but it's near that episode. Anyway, they get captured by like a bounty hunter, and they get all their equipment taken, and apparently he's shut down the Stargate. And they're talking about possibly stealing his ship. And then Sam arcs up and says something along the lines of, you know, even based on where we are, even if we were to steal the ship, we'd get back to Earth in like 130 years or something like that. And it's really funny because then it gets even sort of paid off and referenced later in the episode when Daniel and Jack are talking, and Jack's like, we're going to steal his ship. And Daniel's like, we've got to, if we steal the ship, it's going to take us 100 whatever years to get back to Earth. He's like, no, we'll just fly to another planet that's got a working Stargate and travel back from there. And he's like, oh, yeah, good idea. It's just the way that people, it's actually comes down to care. It's the way the people creating these shows care about the IP that they're working on. It really comes down to care. And that just goes to show how much fucking Dave Filoni cares. Because he's been just as bad as some of the others when it comes to time in Star Wars. Actually, I'd say he's like the OG, other than J.J. Abrams with the hyperspace skipping. But like, think about Mandalorian for a second. There are so many times that I know this is from, I think it's from season 3, the example that I'm about to give, but I know there are other examples in season 1 and season 2 where travel time isn't a thing. It's just snap of your fingers and you're there. I've been saying it for so long. It's just that the Acolyte really showed it, because getting from Coruscant to the Outer Rim in literally 10, 20 minutes, sometimes not even, is like ridiculous. So people started to really notice that. But you know the episode where Mando lands on his home planet, Mandalore, and he goes into that cave and he gets captured by that spider droid monster thing, right? And Grogu's like, Mando's like, go get help to Grogu. Now, in the time that Grogu jumps into his pod, finds his way back to the ship while getting attacked by those creatures, makes his way back to the ship, flies from Mandalore to one of the moons nearby. I'm not saying that it's that far, right? But even travels from there to there, picks up Bo-Katan, flies back to Mandalore, lands. Bo-Katan and Grogu get out, make their way to where the Mandalore, where Din Djarin is. In that entire time, like it's almost like someone pushed pause on the remote for those characters. While these people are in motion, these people over here are paused. That's probably the actual best example. The best analogy. It's a bit like, you know, the movie Click, Adam Sandler, that special remote. So Grogu's got that in this scene, and he goes, click, and just says, I'll be right back. And then goes, gets Bo-Katan, comes back, and goes, play. Because nothing really happened in that time. Like, and how long did that take? So yeah, I was thinking about doing a video on time. Travel time in Star Wars. Let's see, what do we got? Could legit be a minute or two. To do what? To travel from Mandalore to that moon? Still think it would be a bit longer than that. What do we got? The runtime. Trying to think if they do the. Do they do it in Andor? I'm pretty sure there were moments where I was like, "Hang on, that doesn't add up." Oh, I think it might have been when Luthen goes and visits Sol Guerrera and then comes back. It's like snap, snap. He's just there. And again, other things in the universe aren't moving. I think it was that. It was definitely that. There was definitely at least a moment in Andor where I noticed time. In Obi-Wan, I'm pretty sure there's bits that happen in Obi-Wan. What's the other one? Boba Fett. I don't really think they travel too much in Boba Fett, do they? All we've got in Boba Fett is like time travel. Well, not time travel, just flashback. You know what I mean? Although Mando does fly there. And I don't know. I wonder, I'd have to check this. But you know when Luke sends R2-D2 and his X-Wing to deliver Grogu to Tatooine of all places? Not even fucking Mando's home planet. Just make it make sense. Anyway, I'd have to check to see how much time went by, or like where we are when, like, he gives him the choice of the armor or the lightsaber, and then where we are when, or is it over 2 episodes? Because if it's over 2 episodes, then they've got full justification in there. Time jump. But yeah. How long do you think it took? How long do you guys think it took for the Falcon to get from Tatooine to Alderaan? I know the answer to this. I know the answer to this. I just can't remember. I keep wanting to say it was like a day or two, and then I keep wanting to say like a week. I can't remember though. How long, Tim? But see, this is the other thing too. They do a good job in like Star Wars to show that time going by. You know, Luke's doing his training. The droids and Chewbacca are playing, you know, that chess game. I was going to say a day. Wasn't it around a week? That's what I keep. This is where I'm like, from the deep outer rim to the core. Fuck. Oh man, 3 days? Give us the answer. It was 10,000. 16 hours. Is that correct? Quinton. 3 days. We got some answers in the chat. We need an answer though. Anyway, like I was saying, they did a good job of showing that time going by. You know, I think before they left, Leia was being arrested, right? And after they leave, Leia is on the Death Star, because the next time we see Leia, she's on the Death Star, being terminated. It had a crazy fast hyperdrive. It did, didn't it? Is Tim going to answer us? Tim. I want to say you're right, and then I also want to say that you're right. I honestly don't know. Oh, man. All right, let's see if we can. Let's see. Tim, I thought you were going to have the answer. Let's see. We'll go Tatooine to Alderaan distance. No. We want time. Okay, I don't know about this, but this is what this says. So Alderaan to Tatooine is 7 hours. I would have thought it would have been longer than that, but no. Alderaan to Bespin is 8 hours. Bespin to Tatooine is 16 hours. This is the one that I'm a little bit. Let me see. There's more here, actually. Coruscant to Tatooine. I don't know how correct this is. It says 22 days, 14 hours. Maybe, no. I was going to say maybe that's at like sublight speed, so like not traveling in hyperspace, but come on, surely. Base travel time. So let's go from the deep core. No, it's not in the deep core, is it? Core worlds. Core worlds to. Let me bring this up. Interesting. You know, I don't even care if we do this for the rest of the stream. I'm so like just chilled and happy right now. Okay, let's blow this up a little bit. So core worlds to the outer rim, 96 hours. So this is what I was looking at before. Alderaan to Tatooine is 7 hours, but then it says Coruscant to Tatooine is 22 days, 14 hours. But then I click on this and it gives you something completely different. What's this down here? Between specific systems. Here, this is what we want. Alderaan, it is 7 hours to Tatooine. 7 hours. Well, you can see 7 hours going by in the time that we see that happen, right? In A New Hope. And yes, Coruscant to Tatooine is 22 days. Does that mean that it took Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Anakin in The Phantom Menace 22 days to get from Tatooine to Coruscant? And then it's basically 22 days back to why am I blanking on the fucking name of the planet? Naboo. Is Naboo even on the list? No. There you go. 7 hours. Let's see. Oh, man. What system is... They haven't even mapped it. What am I fucking asking for? What am I even fucking asking for? Anyway, there we go. All right, let's get into some of the shit that I had actually pulled up. Hey, we got 35 people here. Please smash the like button. Appreciate you. Next week, we'll be back on track. Just heading out. Great stream. Thank you. Appreciate it. That clap scared Eric. Next week, I'll be back. I'll be back on stream. We'll be back to normal. We'll be good to go. What are we basing this off of? Legends or canon? Hey, I don't like that distinction between Legends and canon. Legends is canon. We're going to say between canon and Disney Star Wars. I don't know. When was this article or whatever this is that I'm looking at actually sort of published? It doesn't give me a date. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into some of the shit. Here we go. So, Star Wars Facts posted this, and I saw him like, what? So, the original script for The Rise of Palpatine, Qui-Gon. Now, that's an insult. Kylo Ren says, "You're a clone," to Palpatine. Palpatine responds with, "More than a clone, less than a man." Oh man, I was. Why? Why didn't they put that in? Come on. Oh, come on. You should have put that in. More than a clone, less than a man. Oh, that's good. That's so good. Who came up with that dialogue, by the way? Was that JJ? Mike Hill for 5 says Naboo is in the mid rim. Oh, I got rid of that tab. I'll go back to it in a second. I'll go back to it in a sec. Yeah. And how would Kylo know that he's a clone? Piss off sequel trilogy? Yeah. Does Darth Ghostface not know what that is? I wish we all did know what that was. Anyway, I just saw this. I thought it was funny. Like, man, the Rise of Palpatine was so bad already. This is probably one of their, like, multiple shoots. I don't reckon this was a part of the Lucas cut. Do you? Hello, Boo Boo. Hello, Blabs. How are you? I miss Blabs. I don't get to speak to her as much as I used to. And she's even a part of the Full Aussie, and I still don't get to speak to her as much as I want. Anyway, moving right along. I just thought that was funny. How to make a really, really bad Star Wars movie even worse. More than a clone, less than a man. Oh, very good. Very, very good. Oh. Now, I thought this had already come up. I thought that this was already a thing, but it might have been, I don't know, just a thing from the fans. I don't know. I don't know, but I came across this. Sabine and Shin made Star Wars history in Ahsoka. The fight between Sabine and Shin Hati marks the first live-action lightsaber battle between two female characters in Star Wars history. I gotta be careful going through comments. I know that I did a... Oh, man, it's just like, who fucking cares, man? No one cares. And it was dog shit. It was dog shit. Who cares that this is fucking... like, what difference does it make? Is that empowering to women? Why is this even a talking point? It certainly doesn't mark the first lightsaber fight between two women in all of Star Wars, if you include the EU. Certainly not. This is what makes this so stupid. And any of the people that are actually praising it, like, yeah, girl power. It's just ridiculous. Yep. So gay. Blake seen women fight with glow sticks before. The thing that I'm really sort of pointing out with like the stuff that I'm showing you is that this is what Star Wars is now. This is what Star Wars has become. We saw a massive ramp up with the shipping stuff, right? And if anything, I've seen the writing on the wall for a long time. Like the pronoun people on Twitter, some of the LGBTQ community, I'm going to say most, and the shippers. That's who Star Wars is for now. It's no longer for everyone. And, you know, when we say Star Wars is for everyone, it's like for everybody that wants to be a Star Wars fan, it is there for you. And all different types of people can relate with these characters, relate with the stories, like the real stories. You know, Star Wars can be for everyone. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is. Not everyone likes Star Wars. My sister's never watched a Star Wars movie in her life. But this is the thing, to then basically say, oh, for the fans like my sister that aren't fans at all, these are the new fans that we want. The people that were never interested in Star Wars in the first place. Why? We'll just turn it into a platform. We'll turn it into a platform for these people where they can, like, ship characters. They can, you know. Don't you mean read Lord of the Rings? I know where you guys are in the chat. Yeah. This is so unnecessary. It's so, like, who cares? Who honestly cares? Oh, two chicks fought with a lightsaber. Live action. Wow. Stunning and brave. And then there was this. I've got to... So, 8th of August. The Mandalorian is the most watched original Disney Plus series to date. Another thing where, like, okay, who cares? But let me also add, The Mandalorian was what launched Disney Plus. Back then, we also had Dick Van Dumbcunts out there spurting misinformation about civil wars going on at Lucasfilm. People back then still had a little bit of hope that Disney Lucasfilm could turn the corner after the disastrous sequels. And you've got to remember too that the Mandalorian actually aired before the Rise of Palpatine. There are 3 seasons of The Mandalorian. And you had season 2 with multiple cameos that Seals just decided to clap at, especially the very last one with Luke Skywalker. So the only real response that I have to this tweet is, duh. No fucking shit. And I guess the other point is, and what does that mean? What does it mean to be the most watched original Disney Plus series to date? What does that mean? Was it a financial success? I guess due to the fact that it launched Disney Plus and they would have got a flood of subscriptions. Then yeah, I guess it was a financial success. It launched it. It hasn't continued or maintained a financial success. I dare say they didn't get a massive bump because of season 2. I dare say they didn't get a massive bump because of season 3. I dare say they didn't get a massive bump because of Obi-Wan, because of Boba Fett, because of Andor, because of Ahsoka. So no fucking shit that it is the most watched original Disney Plus series. What does it fucking all mean? Who fucking cares? And nothing. Nothing. It means nothing. It means that more people were able to watch the downfall and the continued destruction and the continued beating of the dead horse. That's it. Sorry. I thought I had more to that. So you got this is so you know what that actually does tell me something. It does actually tell me something. It tells me that people are leaving Star Wars on a more consistent basis, more continuous. So you bring out Mandalorian, okay? What came next? Was it Boba Fett? Whichever it was, let's just say it was Boba Fett. Less people watch that. Obi-Wan Kenobi might have got a little spike because it is Obi-Wan Kenobi and it was, promoted Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. But, there was already a damper on it because they were promoting it as the rematch of the century. They'd already cut off their nose despite their face. With the way that they promote this stuff, they continually do that. Now, they might have got a spike, yeah, because it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, but the ratings weren't good for it. It did die. Nobody liked it. They thought it was shit. Majority of people, and let me say, pretty much all real Star Wars fans thought that it was shit. What did we get next? Andor? Probably Andor. No one watched Andor. If anybody did give it a chance, they got bored after the first 2 episodes and bailed out. Thought this is boring and shit. And it was boring and shit. And then what? Ahsoka and then the Acolyte. And in between there, we've had some animated stuff. But let's just go off the live action shit. Once again, let me just say, The Mandalorian being the most watched original Disney Plus series to date, No fucking shit. But you've shown that you're just, it's actually getting worse for you. Wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be better if The Acolyte was the most watched original Disney Plus series to date? Wouldn't that be better? Or wouldn't it be better if Ahsoka, something that's had a little bit of time, let's say Obi-Wan, wouldn't it be better if Obi-Wan was the most watched original Disney Plus series to date? Then The Mandalorian, the first thing, the thing that launched your entire fucking streaming platform. Mr. Bantham comes in with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. You guys now have access to your emojis. Yay! Andor was unwatchable. Was I said unwatchable because that's how I feel. Was watchable. Fair enough. I'd say I'd agree with you. It's more watchable than all the other stuff because it's less destructive, but it is more boring. And there are some destructive moments in it. I've already talked about those. Bail Organa, Mon Mothma, Jangling Keys. It's all there. But it's not as bad. And the writing's probably a little bit better than some of the other shit that we've got. But yes, Mandalorian, most watched thing. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Star Wars is dying in the ass. And quickly. How you doing, brother? I'm doing okay. This second week, it's been a tough week. But I'm getting through. Keely Chow's here. How you doing, Keely? Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. All right. Let's see. We'll bring that forward, actually. So we've got a little bit of a synopsis for Andor Season 2. And I want to talk a little bit about Andor Season 2. So, Andor Season 2, details, here we go. Takes place over 4 years. How many episodes are there? Hold on a second. Let me just check something. $12 episodes. Okay. So 12 episodes take place over 4 years. Will be a 1 year time jump between, every 3 episodes. Okay. Sorry, I was just doing a quick sort of calculation in my head there. Does that mean between seasons 1 and 2 there's a time jump? I'm a little bit lost in regards to where we even are in the timeline. I'm going to have to look into that, actually. Ben... Sorry, I'm not going to even bother pronouncing his last name. The guy that plays Director Krennic will return as Director Krennic. Forrest Whitaker will return as Saul Guerrero, and it releases in 2025. I don't know. Oh, okay. this is this is what I don't know. Sorry, I had a big pause there because I was just thinking. But I just have a feeling that they're going to sort of stuff this up. You know, for the people that have been praising Andor, or at least giving it a pass, you know, and this is mainly for the people that have given everything else that Disney has done a fail, like a thumbs down. Nah, that's shit. That's shit. That's shit. Oh, Andor, that's not bad. And then everything else is still shit. Season 2 is going to be a bit of a defining moment for whether or not that, you know, they actually have a plan. Like, and then this is the thing too with this. This is a little prediction that I've got. I think that Andor Season 2, obviously it leads into Rogue One, if the time matches up. But anyway, might not match up completely. I don't know if there's going to be any actual crossover with Rogue One. But I think that Andor's going to find his sister. In a way, there's going to be some sort of conflict there between them. And it's going to come down to the fact that she then witnesses or, you know, is hesitant to join the rebellion, but is sort of watching while things are happening. Andor's trying to talk his sister into joining the rebellion, and she doesn't want to. She witnesses or finds out about his death and what he did and sacrifice, and the fact that it was the Empire and this massive Death Star thing that killed him and everything. And then she is going to be like a main character moving forward. It's the only thing that I've really got from season 1 where like, what's going to happen in season 2? Like, the 80 million credits that Luthen got and apparently has already distributed, like, did that go to Sol Guerrero? Did the entire 80 million credits go to Sol Guerrero? Or did he give some of it to Sol? I can't remember. Actually, I don't think he gave anything to Sol. Or maybe he did. I got to rewatch that fucking scene. And it took place during 5 BBY. Okay, thank you. So 5 BBY, and what that takes place over the span of a year, I'm guessing, and then we've got the 4 years here that brings us to the Battle of Yavin. So we might actually get a bit of crossover, and I dare say that they will. They've got to do something, and to me, there's nothing wrong with necessarily it crossing over, but it depends on how they do it. It really depends on how they do it. No, Andor's sister becomes Snow. I like it. Fucking the botched transition surgery. G'day, Greg. How you doing, man? Oh. God, look at the name. What is the importance of the Battle of Yavin? But yeah, so like this is another thing too, where like promoting these shows, right? They don't really give us any facts on like what are we doing? Maybe we might get that out of the trailer. But what are we actually doing? was the same thing with the Acolyte, really. There's going to be a Sith-centric story taking place 100 years in the past. And what? It's got strong female characters. Yes. There was nothing else. And it's sort of the same thing with a lot of the stuff, even really, like Skeleton Crew, for example. Yeah, we've had that same synopsis. You know, the kids, they find something suspicious on their home planet or whatever, and then they get lost in the galaxy. Obviously, their nav computer hasn't charted anything. So yeah, takes place over 4 years. There'll be a year time jump between every 3 episodes. Sorry, you got director credit coming back. You've got Sol Guerrero coming back. There's your jangling keys if you liked those characters, and it releases in 2025. I like the idea of Andor's sister becoming Snoke. That's kind of funny. All right. We got some D23 stuff to take a look at. We're obviously going to watch the Skeleton Crew trailer because we missed it by a day last week. Put my headphones on. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. We've been sort of fluctuating between 35 and 45 people. Yeah. It's not as like, I don't know, not like my other streams. All right. Yeah, that's right. Do it. Oh, hey, Laura. What's up? How you doing? Sorry. Here we go. I've seen a lot of people asking that. and like, you know, it's so funny because a lot of the people not a lot because I haven't seen a lot. There's been a few. But some of the people out there like the SEALs really want that to be a connection. They really want that Easter egg. They really want that to be a thing. Okay. So obviously they had some like this is the other thing too. This is the 12th of August. This is still sort of like a promotional thing for the Acolyte. They love this fucking show. Disney thinks that this is incredible, right? And like if there was one thing that I wanted to sort of point out, the crowd. There's one specific, this one here. Does that look like a Star Wars crowd to you? You know what that looks like to me? Taylor Swift crowd. Now, I know that this is D23. I understand that it's not just Star Wars based. Like this dude back here. He looks like he'd go to a Taylor Swift concert. But like, other than maybe this dude back here, these are really the only two dudes I see in this shot. I know there's a couple there. I think this might be a dude. I don't know. It could be a non-binary. I don't know. Here I am assuming genders. So again, I want to point out, I understand that this is D23. They had like a Snow White trailer, which I'm sure there weren't a lot of dudes that were even really cared about that. You know, they had the Mufasa trailer. They had a heap of stuff. So it wasn't just Star Wars related. I get that. But this is a Star Wars panel. Let's take a look.
Shout out to my Filipinos.
I am so excited to welcome to the stage Manny Jacinto.
What's up?
This person. I'm not going to say dude. This person goes to Taylor Swift concerts. She can't help but look at the camera.
I'm so proud of all of it. It was dream fulfillment from beginning to end. So many moments I'll cherish and remember forever.
Listen to the music. Like, honestly, guys, listen to the music. It's like, it's almost porn music.
To be able to do something.
Let's look at that crowd picture. Why do all the dudes have masks on? COVID's over, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it doesn't look like a Star Wars crowd.
Something like this is an absolute dream, and the fact that I can inspire people to possibly do the same, that's all I can ask for. So yeah, just a huge...
But inspire people to be an evil, retarded evil villain. Is that where the inspiration comes from? Or are you talking about inspiration as an actor getting a role in Star Wars? Shit Star Wars, but still Star Wars.
Massive thank you to all of you. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Love you guys. Shout out to...
Little gay love heart at the end. Love you guys. Anyway, look, his words weren't necessarily too bad, but I do want to definitely point out, like, this definitely came across as, like, this is the new fan base, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new Star Wars fan base. The reason why I talked about the masks is, like, this dude here. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Woo! This is Star Wars! All right, next one. What's this one? I can't even remember now. Skeleton Crew. Oh, that's right. Oh, no, this is just like a bit of a snapshot of a couple of the different people that they did talk to. Including Jude Law for Skeleton Crew, Diego Luna for Andor, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Here we go.
Let's jump to hyperspace.
Oh, the way they do that really annoys me. Let's jump to hyperspace. I hate even the way, like, some articles reference it. Like, if, let's say, they had, like, a good box office run, they'd say something along the lines of Star Wars Episode 10 hits hyperspace at the box office. So, you know, stupid shit like that. It's just cringe. It's cringy as fuck. Now, this isn't going to play, is it? Fucking faggot. And And look,
jump to hyper.
yeah, you're a Star Wars fan. I believe it. Look, they just whacked a t-shirt over the top of what she was wearing, put some Mickey Mouse ears on her or something, or like a bow on her head. And oh no, that's a part of the t-shirt. I thought that was a Grogu necklace. The A of Star Wars is Grogu. Yeah, they slapped that t-shirt over the top and said, you need to go out there and present this. She's like, okay.
I'm thrilled to share with you Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Next up, Diego Luna.
Hola! The energy in this room is so special. There's nothing like this. Thank you so much.
This audience is all about love, it's all about excitement.
Buenas noches!
Yeah, it's unfortunately, it's all about love. It's all about excitement. It's not about, I don't know, like actually making good Star Wars. I don't know. Maybe that would be the first step.
Let's welcome Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni.
We are delighted.
So I do want to point out, like, Jon Favreau made an appearance. He's come out of his little hole wherever he's been and decided to make an appearance at D23.
To say that we're getting the opportunity to bring these characters to the big screen. To set foot on the stage from the minute we walked out, just to feel the appreciation and support.
What a wonderful galaxy George created, and
It's too bad you can't honor George by continuing that great galaxy that he created.
passed on for us to create it.
Now, there was also another little statement from Dave Filoni, I believe, at D23. Well, maybe it was Jon Favreau, because we just pretty much heard this. We're putting Star Wars back on the big screen. Well, look, I don't think Star Wars should have ever left the big screen. You have diluted Star Wars so much in regards to its uniqueness, in regards to its the fact that you can actually make an event out of these things. Everything that you've done and you've put on Disney Plus and everything like this, it seems to just be the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, think about this for a second, guys. Let me see if I can put it in order. The Mandalorian, Season 1. Yeah, there's a couple, but there are some flashback scenes to give you some backstory to the character. And then we come back to present time. I don't think we get any of that in Obi-Wan. In Book of Boba Fett, we're constantly jumping back in time, flashbacking in time to Tuskens, which, again, I want to point out, completely destroys Tusken lore, completely destroys Tatooine lore. But we're constantly jumping back and forward between flashbacks and present day. What else is there? Andor. Does Andor do that? Only really at the beginning. We get a little bit of flashbacking. But in all honesty, I am expecting in Season 2 a lot more flashbacking. To fill in some of the gaps of him and his adopted mom or whatever, I don't know. But I really, truly believe that this is their little thing that they do now. Ahsoka, we didn't really get flashbacks in Ahsoka. They jangled the keys with the whatever that was, the World Between Worlds shit that they did. But there wasn't really any flashbacks in that. And then The Acolyte. Major flashbacks in that. Major flashbacks in that. This is now their way of storytelling. But anyway, I went off track there. My point is that I think that Star Wars should never have left the big screen. You fucked it up, Disney. You fucked it up for yourselves. But then to try and keep this thing alive, you decided to, like I said, dilute it. You watered it down and decided to put it on, make these shitty TV shows to try and keep it going. And the problem with what you've done through these shitty TV shows is you've actually destroyed more Star Wars in the process. Like big time. You've done major amounts of damage. You know, back when it was just the sequels, let's just say just the sequels, you'd done damage to what? Han, Luke, and Leia, really. Probably a little bit of Lando, Palpatine. But now you've gone on and you've done more damage to Vader slash Anakin, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Leia again, Luke again, Boba Fett. Who else? Oh, yeah, Mon Mothma, Bail Organa. Like, and you've taken away that hype, that excitement that fans used to have for such a unique experience with Star Wars on the big screen. And I'm not saying that they didn't make necessarily the right decision, because they destroyed it so much with the sequels that maybe the right move was to just do TV shows. But that's because you dampened it down so much during that time that you couldn't have brought something to the big screen. Solo hurt you. Solo hurt you. Because wasn't there a time when it's like, oh, we're going to get one Star Wars movie every year? Some are going to be connected to, let's say, the Skywalker saga, the continuation of that story, and some are going to be like offshoots, branches. But Solo really fucking hurt you, didn't it? Losing money. Realizing to yourselves that you couldn't hide the fact that you did so much damage to this franchise. The only way that you could hide it was through a streaming platform. You don't have to show financials necessarily. Nobody can tell if you actually made any money out of your investment or not. The only thing that we've got to go by is watch minutes or whatever. And that doesn't mean anything either. Because let me say this, I don't have my own Disney Plus account, but I've got access to Disney Plus, and I contribute to those minutes. So it means nothing. But Dave, like, to both John and Dave, they can finally bring these characters to the big screen, and everything that they said in that little snip that we saw there. Man, you've been working on this stuff for fucking years. The announcements that come out of Lucasfilm about movies that we're going to have come and go, and there's shit that just comes and disappears. Yeah, that Rogue Squadron, the movie. That's not happening. Oh, it is happening. Oh, it's not happening. I don't know anymore. Is it? Isn't it? Who cares? We'll watch it when it comes out, and we'll shit all over it, because we already know at this point in time that you can't make Star Wars. Oh, but Rhino, you can't just go in there with just with the thing to hate. Well, yeah, based on everything that they've done, I kind of can. I already know that it's going to be shit. I already know that there's going to be jangling keys on the screen. I already know that they're going to do some form of damage to lore, canon, and continuity in some way, shape, or form. I already know these things. It's just how do they do it? And if I'm wrong, well, then I'm fucking wrong. But the odds are on my side. What's happening to the So hang on. What the movies that we understand that we have slated at the moment are Mandalorian and Grogu, Jon Favreau's movie. There is also the Dave Filoni Mandoverse movie. I believe that those two things are different. It's my understanding of what I've been seeing and hearing. If you've been hearing or seeing something different, let me know. But that's my understanding of it. Dave has a movie. John has a movie. They're both Mandoverse movies. We've got Charmin Obaid-Chinoy in the Rey movie. We've got Mangold's movie. That's supposed to be like the first Jedi or something. I can't remember exactly. It's stupid. Sounds stupid. Sounds like they're just going to go back in time and rewrite the Knights of the Old Republic era, or even before that. I don't know. I don't even think they know. What's taken so long? What's taken so long to the point that we are 5 years removed, 4.5 years removed from The Rise of Palpatine coming out? And it's only more recently that we've started seeing and hearing anything about actual movies, and they're not even yet in production. They're still working on scripts, I believe. Now, they want to say that they released a trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that wasn't necessarily completely published out there. And I think that they did that because there wasn't really anything new. From what I saw, there was a lot of stuff that we've seen from the Mandalorian series in that trailer. So what? The first movie, and I'm fully expecting delays with how much of a mess shit is over there at Lucasfilm. But it's been 5 years. They're only just starting to do this stuff now. And mind you, in that 5-year period, we have had multiple announcements from Lucasfilm in regards to movies coming. We had the Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie, and that's been up and down, in and out, yes and no. Like there's been a bit of that with that movie. But think about it. Go all the way back to 2019 when, after the Rise of Palpatine, we had Benioff and Weiss. We had, there was all this. I think it's still going, the Rian Johnson trilogy, but let's not even put that into the equation. Just since they stopped doing movies, been Patty Jenkins. I'm trying to think. There's been other things. I know that through there's been Star Wars Celebrations where they announced untitled movie. There was a Levi. What's his name? Levi fucking... What's his fucking name? He was doing a movie. I'm still hoping for a Ryan Johnson takeover of Lucasfilm. I demand the Johnson trilogy. Sean Levy. Yes. Oh, the Feige movie? Yep. So this is the thing with with these announcements. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe that we're getting a movie when I see it. And I'm not necessarily denying the fact that these movies aren't in development, like scripts being written. I don't know exactly what they're doing over there, but it's taken a long fucking time to get to this point. I'm still waiting for that Lucas cut. Yeah. No, see, this is the thing, Darth Ghostface. We're now getting to a point where it's like, just let it happen. Let it happen. Let it burn. We've got the EU. We've got real Star Wars. I've finally been able to go back and watch the original movies, the prequels, and get that love back and that enjoyment back for it. I've gotten to a point where they're separated. The two things are separated. You've got Star Wars, and then you've got this other thing over here that's got the label of Star Wars on it that has no connection to real Star Wars whatsoever. Ames S, hello. Hello to you. But yeah, now I can't remember what I was saying. Anyway, that's right. They've announced a lot of fucking movies. A lot. And we're yet to see one. We're yet to see one. There's still the whole thing that Book of Boba Fett was supposed to be a movie and it was readapted into a series. Okay. Was that because you realized how shit the series was? Like, it was like a bantha. All right, we're going to start with the Skeleton Crew trailer. Where's my headphones? Okay. Here we go. Look, it's a mobile. That's what they're called, aren't they? With Star Wars ships on them. Mind you, this takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. This takes place at the same time point as Mando Season 1. And I like to say that, because this is the thing that people say, like, Mando Season 1 through 3, doesn't matter where people are in that time period. They say it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi. No. If we go based on Jon Favreau's calculation of time, and based on how long apparently Grogu spent with Luke during the events of the Book of Boba Fett and then coming back to Mando, there between Mando Season 1 being 5 years after Return of the Jedi to Mando Season 3, which should be anywhere from 8 to 10 years after. So should it at least be 5 years, 3 to 5 years between Mando Season 1 and Mando Season 3. Based on what we're being told. And that means Grogu is no longer 50, but 55-ish. Are we ever going to see him age? Who knows? The school bus.
Tomorrow's test.
Does that look like Star Wars to you? Look at that. Look, is that a normal car? Is that a normal car? Oh, maybe it's hovering, but it's got like, look, it's got a front grille. It's got the lights. Oh no, that's the back of the car. God.
Will set the course of your entire future.
Oh. Why is she wearing the same thing as Mon Mothma? I was about to say, is that Mon Mothma? And we got another Grogu. Might be a goat. Let me show you. Mon Mothma. Images. Oops, I grabbed and dragged the wrong thing. Look. No, now we can't see it properly. But you see what I'm seeing. Nobody in this universe like, does it even feel lived in? So clean.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what?
Like what?
What if we could
Ah, very good. Very good. So we know where to point the finger.
just go anywhere we
How does this look?
want in the whole
Now, I've kind of made this point too, right? This guy reminds me of the old guy from Family Guy. Anyway, like Star Wars is kind of unique in a way where, look, I'm not saying that you can't have different species living on like the same planet, but like Coruscant's probably where you see that more. You've got all different species from all different planets, all congregating on this one planet. But normally, like, home planets are very unique to their species, right? Like, you got Mon Calamaris, they're Monculls, and they, you know, they live on Mon Calamari. Water planet. Now, it's not to say that Monculls don't come out of the water, like, you know, fucking, what am I blanking? Oh my God, it's a trap, you know. But like each planet should be just like, I don't think there should be planets necessarily like this. This also reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, to be very specific. The houses look ridiculous. I noticed people talking about like there's a roof on a roof. Like, how do we make this seem like really futuristic and Star Warsy? Oh, let's just have normal houses and put a roof on top of the roof. See? Roof on a roof.
galaxy. A real adventure.
Video games with Jedi going up against big creatures.
No more pretend. I found something buried in the
Cyclops. See that?
Buried in the woods. What do you think it is?
Oh, now I also want to say, like, there was a still shot of like this scene here with the kids like pushing their bikes. Now these bikes do hover. You know, even if they were just going slow, you would just sit on the bike, wouldn't you? As opposed to just pushing it through. But anyway, maybe there's a good explanation for why. We'll see. But in the still shot that you see of this scene, they've got like little tassels on the ends of their handlebars. They've got like a little basket in the back. It's just like, I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Yes. I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
So, a lost Jedi, they think it's a lost Jedi temple. Are the Jedi known or not known in Disney Star Wars around the galaxy? Like, that's another question that I have. Now, this is only 5 years after Return of the Jedi, but the Jedi have been, quote unquote, extinct for a long time. 30 odd years. Luke Skywalker, yeah, he's come back, but he hasn't done anything in that 5 years based on what we see through like Mando and Book of Boba Fett and stuff. He hasn't recruited any Jedi. He's building his temple, 8 years after? But these kids just happen to find their way into a missing Jedi temple, and it opens for them?
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
Or a lost Jedi temple?
Hello? Be careful where you step. We're lost. Really lost.
It is dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
You're a Jedi.
I don't even know. That's true. Why would you think he was a Jedi? Have you seen... It depends. Were you given stories of what Jedi were able to do when you were a kid by your mom? Maybe. You know, it's kind of like Anakin on Tatooine. You know, he knows he's a Jedi. How does he know he's a Jedi? Because he saw his laser sword. Yes, he does say laser sword. Jedi can't be killed. If only that were true. All of that sort of thing. So they're like, Anakin at that point in time has never actually seen a Jedi, but he's heard stories. So there's the possibility of that. You know, they've heard stories that Jedi are able to levitate stuff, or I don't know. But it does look very childish. It does look like the explanation that they've given for what this show is inspired by the Goonies, or it's the Goonies in space. Good luck with that. I like how everything that they use as inspiration or to explain what these shows are is always like something other than actual Star Wars. You know, The Acolyte was inspired by Frozen and what was it? Kill Bill. And then there was also inspiration that came from Elden Ring. And then there was also inspiration that came from Cowboy Bebop. And then there was also, and then based on what we saw, there was also inspiration that came from The Fugitive and The Matrix and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Excuse me. But the one thing that they never say that these shows are actually inspired by, or, you know, is actual Star Wars. Oh, because they're actually doing Star Wars right now. But Frozen is overrated. I've never seen it. Never seen it. But anyway, Skeleton Crew coming out at the end of the year. I honestly wonder how that's gonna, like, I don't think that a lot of channels out there are going to cover Skeleton Crew. Not like the Acolyte. You saw Theory love the trailer? Did he really? Did he really? Did he really? I'm sorry, guys. I need to fucking check this now. Let's see. Skeleton Crew trailer reaction. Should we watch it? Should we watch it together? I haven't seen it. Let's watch it.
Feel your destiny. Theory Sabers.
Oh. I thought that might have been a little unusual. Only 10,000 likes on his video, 155,000 views. I mean, I'd die for 155,000 views. That'd be awesome. I don't know. Seems a little low, especially for 5 days.
.com.
What's up, guys? So we've got the Skeleton Crew trailer finally, and we have a new Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy with Darth Jar Jar trailer as well. So we're gonna go ahead and watch the trailer for the Skeleton Crew, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. And I'll probably host.
I don't really care about the Lego Star Wars stuff. It's not canon and it's so far removed. And they can do a what if. They can do whatever they want with Star Wars Lego, as far as I'm concerned.
A live stream later in the day and see what the chat thinks about it too. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this out.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure.
Bro.
No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods.
What? What did you see?
What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
Bro, this is Stranger
Be
Things,
careful where you step.
Star Wars, Goonies. Hell yes.
Hell yes, he says.
Hell yes, dude. This is awesome. All right, cool. All right. Okay.
We're lost. Really lost.
It is dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
All right. Here we go.
You're a Jedi.
All right, chat. I'm on board.
Oh, just as I thought, he was starting to sort of redeem himself. Like, we'll wait and see what he says, but I'm curious to see if he actually addresses what he actually did like about it. Like, you know, the moment that I heard this lost Jedi temple or whatever, my immediate question is like, how did they get in then? How did this place open up to them? One of them's got to be force sensitive, you would think.
Nah, look, this is like some totally new, original, freaking looks like from the 80s. Bunch of kids on an adventure. They're lost in space. I mean, dude, sign me up. This is like just what I grew up with, essentially. This is like take me back to the 80s kind of thing. I wasn't born in the 80s. I was born in the 90s, 1990. But there was still that heavy influence that flew in. And this, many times I've been excited for a trailer. But look, there's nothing they can really. I always say this.
But that's what I don't like about it, Theory. I don't like that it's a Stranger Things, Goonies, 80s feel thing. Yeah, the 80s was awesome. Yeah, the Goonies is awesome. Stranger Things I haven't watched. But like, I don't know. To me, look, it could. Okay, let's say for the argument that it comes out and it's actually good, right? I can't watch this trailer though through the lens of the possibility of the fact that they could do it well and they can do Star Wars good. I just can't anymore. They've done so much damage and they've done so much shit work that I can't give it the benefit of the doubt anymore.
I don't think there's much they can mess up in this. It's all original new characters. It's something completely different, and it's following a bunch of kids on a whole slew of different adventures, and they come in contact with someone that can use the Force. I'm not going to say he's a Jedi because we don't know yet, and I don't want to assume, but I don't want to assume his affinity. He might be a Jedi. He might be a Sith. He might be just a Force user. Maybe a dude who like never even became a Jedi, but has some Force abilities. Who knows? But hey, this looks fun.
Well, see, the other thing too, the problem that I have with him being a Jedi, if he is a Jedi, is the fact that this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. We have another Jedi survivor because he is old enough. So it's kind of like it better not be a Jedi.
I am stoked for this. I think this will be something enjoyable. I think it'll be something lighthearted, and it'll be something that brings out the kid in all of us. So I'm a big fan of Pixar. Like I love, Toy Story, Monsters Inc., all those animated movies. And this kind of takes me back to E.T., The Goonies, well, Stranger Things, but first season. A little bit of Pennywise, it's a little spooky,
Really?
little like, oh, what are we gonna find? Hey, cool, man, this looks fun. Looks intriguing. I'm interested. I'm not thinking this is trash. So, and I know Jon Favreau also did another movie like this. What was it called? Baldur's Gate or something? No, that's a game. Jesus. Zathura. Was it Zathura? Space Adventure? I think it was Zathura, right? Yeah, dude. Zathura. So this reminds me a ton of that. If you haven't seen that movie, go check it out. It's pretty fun. I love movies where you just kind of go back to being a kid. I think those are the best. And they're also great for kids too. So it's like it's a win-win for the studio.
that's a good point.
Parents want to see it. Kids want to see it. Dude. Okay. Sign me up. I'm looking forward to this. I am a fan. All right, let's send me out to the premiere. Okay.
Really?
All right, Disney. No hard feelings about the Acolyte, okay? This show was a convoluted mess. This episode was the biggest mockery of what George created. I'll see you in the next one. Great. Hey, we got some sort of and you know what? It's because it's not really Star Wars. It's just something totally different, but in a Star Wars world. So what's the worst I could have?
It's not really Star Wars. It's something completely different in a Star Wars world. And you're okay with that? You're actually okay with that? I'm not okay with that. Can we just have some Star Wars, please? Some actual Star Wars? Like, again, I'm saying that almost rhetorically because I know that they're not going to. Rhetorically? Is that even the right word? Seal of the week?
happened. All right, we'll check it out.
Okay, and that's the end of that. You were coming round, Theory. You were coming round.
I couldn't find you were coming round in your Apple Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station or ask for your music on a different app.
I swear, every time I say Theory, it thinks I say Siri. That's funny. All right, let's get rid of that. All right, D23. I've got to get a reload on my drink. Let's see, what can I play? Where is it? Where is it? All right, we'll play. Seeing as I saw Tim in the chat, and I know Greg's in the chat, we'll play an oldie but a goodie. I'll be right back.
I'll fix it. A little bit more. Turn a little bit more to the.
Is that better?
There it is. There it is.
Let's see what I look like on the playback.
You're fine. It's good. You want to sit in your bed?
I'm missing my bottom teeth, and I've got a triple chin.
Derp. Derp.
I make Star Wars.
He looks like Kramer addressing Newman.
He does. He does. He looks like he's like, Tim, what the fuck? Oh my god, that's great though, Tim. That's great, man.
Yeah, I'll fix yours right.
Birds of Prey is going to deal with the misogynistic crowd that you guys have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm missing my bottom teeth.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I know. Oh my god, dude. Rhino looks like he's gonna take a bite out of Tim's head. Nom 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 nom. Yeah.
Hey Tim, that ear looks quite delicious.
Oh boy.
Hey, I like the way you style your hair. It's kind of cool.
Man.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, that's
Are you
fantastic.
semi-bisexual like me? You can be a part of our alphabet squadrons. Yes, the alphabet squadron.
Good times. Good times. An oldie but a goodie. All right. What we might do is we'll do Seal of the Week, and then we'll watch some trailers. Hey, what do you reckon? And then we'll wrap it up. So, with that being said, thank you everyone again for being here. Please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I will be back on screen next week for all of you to see my ugly mug. Before we play the stinger, let's just play this just for the fun of it.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off, Disney! You fucking cunt!
Yes, fuck off, Disney, you fucking cunts. All right, here we go. Okay. We got some nominees for this week. We've only got 3 this week. 3 nominees. Seal clapping emojis in the chat. Always awesome. Theory will never go against Filoni. He started a little bit. There was a little bit. And the more he spoke with Mauler and Ryan and stuff like that, the more he sort of started to see it. But yeah, I don't know. He just can't. Steezo for life. How you doing? And Star Wars Marvel Purist, how you doing, Justin? Good to see you. For his 8-month membership, says you're wasting a whole segment. Theory 1. All right. We'll put Theory in with these guys. Theory's take on the Skeleton Crew trailer is the first nominee. All right, so we'll put him in there. We will put him in there. We're not going to waste the segment. Nominee number 2, we're going to say, is from Stoned Star Wars, saying more people like the Acolyte than not. And number 2, most haters are right-wingers. Hashtag renew the Acolyte. Okay, so that's nominee number 2. Perfect. Nominee number 3 is from Brian Ward. Now, I think Brian has only ever been nominated one other time. I think. But he says, my plan for watching Skeleton Crew is to not take it too seriously. Enjoy it for what it is and avoid all the endlessly angry dudes on YouTube who want to tell me why they already think it sucks. Okay, good for you. That's how you're going to watch it. And number 4. Now, I don't know if we've already had this exact tweet nominated before. The reason why is because I had so many during the time of the Acolyte that there were some that I used and some that I didn't use. And I can't remember whether or not we actually used this one or not. So, even if we did, we're going to use it again. If we didn't, well, then this is the first time. So this is Saya. Everyone, it is time. Hashtag renew the Acolyte. Let's take a look at a little message here.
Calling all Star Wars fans, if you loved the Acolyte, because I certainly loved the Acolyte.
Did Disney send you that blanket, did they?
Get out there and start using the hashtag renew the Acolyte on all platforms. This show was so amazing.
You know who she reminds me of in this video? That political dude, the left-wing, young, the guy that got invited to the White House. I can't remember his name. You know who I'm talking about. He's a fucking retard, like 18, 19 years old or something. Anyway, this chick in this video reminds me of him.
This show was so amazing, and it deserves a lot more
Harry,
love than
that's
it
the
got
one.
online. So tonight is the night. Hashtag renew the Acolyte on this app, on IG, on X. Scream your love, and if you're anything like me, your insanity
Yes, she's number 4.
for this show as loud as you possibly can. And may the Force be with us as we wait for a Season 2 announcement. Calling all Star Wars.
Yeah, okay. As we wait for a Season 2 announcement, yes, he is authentic. I agree with that. I remember her in Harry Potter. Yes, crazy eyes. Yeah, she does have crazy eyes, man. All right, so there are 4 nominees, starting with Theory. Then we've got Stoned Star Wars, we've got Brian, and we've got Saya. All right, let me put the poll in the chat here. This will never get old. Telling you. And 4. Sorry, I'm actually writing their names into the poll this time, just because we didn't play Theory again. Okay, the poll is up. Get your votes in. Number 1 is Theory. Number 2 is Stoned Star Wars. Number 3 is Brian. And number 4 is Sale. Get your votes in. Very good. Let's see. Brett, sorry, I'm sort of fucking missed this. I know you just sent it though. Gay cunts on. How you doing for $5? Says just jumping streams. Don't cross them. Pass and love. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the love. Oh, gay cunts on. Good to see you, Brett. Thanks for the super chat. Let's see.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I've got a question for you guys. Are those clips like really loud? And also, too, how's my audio of my mic? I'm just curious because I got a new mic and I've been using it for a little while now. But sometimes when I record, and like, man, it comes through. It's really, really loud. I'm going to turn myself down just a little bit there. But yeah, let me know. Sound all right? And the clips are okay too? Yeah, it's good. Thumbs up. Audio is fine. Okay. Very good. We're watching a Grizzly video? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me go to Grizzly's channel really quickly. We were going to watch a couple of other trailers from D23. We could watch the Disney Star Wars Shills react to Skeleton Crew trailer. Disney Shills praise woke Snow White teaser trailer. Rachel Zegler. Maybe we will watch that. Maybe we'll watch Grizzly's video. We don't need to watch all these other trailers, do we? What trailers are there? We got Mufasa. We've got Fantastic Four. We might watch that one. Frozen 3. No thanks. There's like a fan filmed like for the teaser trailer of Incredibles 3. No one cares. Well, I like the Incredibles, but it's not really a trailer. It's just one of those things. It's kind of like what they did for Toy Story. Toy Story trailer wasn't even really a trailer. We got the Snow White trailer, which I know everyone's talking about. Honestly, fucking almost don't care. Like, Rachel Zegler is going to keep opening her mouth. She's an idiot. The people creating it, yeah, look, Snow White should be white, and she should be beautiful, and it should be a fairy tale. She should be saved by the prince. Like, I don't think they should change it. And this is why I don't think live action stuff, because you should just adapt it from the animated shit. Incredibles 3, yeah. Yeah, let me bring this up. Where was it? Let me bring up my screen here. So this is just... So we got the Mufasa trailer, the Fantastic Four trailer, Frozen 3, Incredibles 3. It's literally 30 seconds. And like, that's all it is. That's it. That's all it was. Snow White. I don't think this is real. I think it's a fan trailer. Darth Trailer is the only channel where I can find something like this. Is that just all the trailers from it? That's interesting. It was just Toy Story. This is the other one. Like, it was really short, 25 seconds long. Skeleton Crew, which we already watched. Don't Care. Was that wasn't even at D23? That was like there you go, a month ago. And that's it. So I don't think we really need to watch any trailers. We might watch the Fantastic Four trailer. We'll watch the Fantastic Four trailer, and then we'll watch Grizzy's video, and then we'll finish the poll. Melissa Lord for 11-month membership says, have Michael Myers off Skeleton Crew in suburbia. Sorry. Yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good. There was something else, wasn't there? Hold on. Brett for another $2 says 5 seal. 5 seal or 5 seals? 5 seal. Rhino's colostomy bag. So he feels the hurt. Oh, God. Thanks, Brett. All right, let's watch this Fantastic Four trailer.
This equation not only confirms alternate dimensions.
I hate Pedro Pascal. I hate his voice. I hate everything about him.
It suggests that parallel Earths exist on different dimensional planes.
Even just that monologue there, he sounds like a stupid person trying to read something really smart. True? Like, I mean, I mate, look at the way I read. Like, don't fucking, I'm not, but this guy's supposed to be really, really smart, and he just comes across as like stumbling through this monologue.
It suggests that parallel Earths exist on different dimensional planes.
Didn't it come across like that to you? It did to me.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Best looking.
Well, that's one interpretation.
That's the only interpretation.
Here it's the kitchen.
Sunday at 8 o'clock. No matter what, we're all here.
Astronauts, get ready.
Check.
Ignition in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I gotta say, I do like the idea of it being like that period piece. I do like that. Taking it back to its roots, it's actually kind of good, but you start getting optimistic, and you start getting like, oh, it could be. Yeah, I don't know. It might not be. It's sort of the same thing with Marvel as it is with Star Wars. You've done a lot more bad recently than you've done good. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I've watched everything that Marvel's come out with. I stopped after, what was it, Loki? I gave Moon Knight a little bit of a chance. I think I watched 1 or 2 episodes of Hawkeye. But, like, I was phasing out, like, bad. I wanted that to be good. But that's the same as Star Wars. I wanted Star Wars to be good. I think everybody in the chat here wanted Star Wars to be good. Everybody in the chat here wants even MCU to be good, wants their entertainment to be good. Hey, dude, thank you. Ryan Gosling. Was out tonight, but we'll catch the replay tomorrow morning at work. Wishing you well. Wishing you well too. Appreciate you. But yeah, I do like the idea of this being period piece. When is it? 60s? First steps. Oh, there's nothing there. Nothing more to that. Okay. Like, who did that? That's surely not.
Our realities might not have been very different from each other.
Is this a fan trailer? God, look at that. That looks horrible. It's got to be a fan trailer. There's no way. No. All right. Well. God, I wish things were different. I wish things were so different when it came to, well, when it comes to the entertainment that I like. I wish it was different. I know pretty much all entertainment is going through the same thing right now. All different genres of and forms of entertainment are going through sort of similar bullshit things. But God, I just wish, like, you know, the nerd and geek culture stuff was so, like, just left on its own for so long. You know, people out there would laugh at you, comic book person, you know, laugh at a comic book person. You know, we were always just, yeah, but we just loved our shit and we didn't care. Now it's just sort of feels like it's just been infiltrated by, and everybody wants to be a part of it. That's fine. But, like, it's kind of like when you know, people say, oh, you can't just let people enjoy. You're ruining our enjoyment of it. And, you know, I've made this point before that, okay, if what I'm saying and everything that I'm explaining and why I think that this is shit is destroying your enjoyment of it, it means you've seen my point. It means that you've seen that I'm basically right in what I'm saying, if it has destroyed your enjoyment of it. And look, for what it's worth, I guess I'm sorry for that. But at least you've been able to have your own critical thinking and actually able to see what is actually wrong with it. You know, even though you'll still blindly and naively just sit there and say, yeah, this is great, and seal clap your way through everything. I can't remember why I even brought that up. Don't apologize to those fake fans. Well, fair enough. It's true, actually. Because if they were real fans, or if they really, like, but sorry, that was my point, was like, okay, needs nerds and geeks and stuff like that, when we used to have these interactions and maybe have a disagreement in regards to a character or something, right? We'd either agree to disagree and then just, you know, still be friends or whatever. Or like one person would come over to the other person's side and go, yeah, okay, I see exactly what you're saying now. But we used to be able to have those conversations. Now it's not like that, because the thing is that we're not arguing between two different sides, fan bases, philosophy, or something around why this particular piece of lore works or doesn't work. What we're actually debating with these fans now is, I'm using the normal way of arguing my points in regards to this is lore breaking and this is why, or this breaks canon, or this breaks continuity, or whatever, and this is why. And they're saying, yeah, but I love seeing this person with their top off and I love shipping them with this other person. They're the two different elements of what we're basically debating. They're in completely two different worlds, right? So they're sitting there going, yeah, it's really good because I want to see Osha and Smilo get together. But I'm sitting here saying that it's shit because Plagueis, is now the master of Smilo? Can you see how, I'm not even arguing their point? Yeah, what they're saying is shit because that's the only reason why they like it. But they also don't know. It's proven that they don't know lore, canon, and continuity, and the importance of all of that when it comes to things like Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who. You can label it on any of these franchises. They didn't care that Kiadi Mundi was brought in when he shouldn't have even been born. They did not care. Who cared? The fans. The fans fucking cared. And Brett comes in and drops 5 gifted memberships. Dude, thank you. More people get access to seal clapping emojis and the rest of them. Seal clapping is the one that we obviously use the most. Dude, thank you so much, Brett. Appreciate you. All right, let's watch Grizzy's video before I go completely off the rails again. Guys, if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Where's he at? 23,000 subscribers. Very good. Very good. Dropping the link now. Yeah, look at the seal claps. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, hail Brat. Grizzy rules. He does. Him, Melvin, Tim, all these people. OG, Alora. I was talking to, in that clip, it actually reminded me, Stig was on stream there. We were chatting a couple of weeks ago. Doing good. All right, let's watch this video. So we're going to watch Disney Star Wars shills react to Skeleton Crew trailer. Oh. Here we go.
Coming to Communist Plus this holiday season. A Disney Star Wars story about a man who's most likely a convicted felon going on an adventure with a bunch of kids.
Well, with all that, it sounds like you've got a pretty big night planned, huh?
And the #1 selling point for this show is that it does not feel like Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's very Goonies vibes.
Oh, this has Goonies vibes already.
Oh.
Goonies. I'm feeling Goonie vibes.
You know what's really funny? Is they're all saying Goonies vibes, Goonies vibes, Goonies vibes. But they came out before the trailer came out, and in articles and in interviews and stuff, they've said that it was inspired by the Goonies. Now, yeah, I can see what these people are seeing. But you know why we can see that? Because we've been told by the people that have made it that it's inspired by the Goonies, and that you know what's going to immediately come to mind when you watch the trailer? The Goonies. They subliminally messaged this message into your heads, and everybody's parroting the same thing.
Oh, come on. How you not get the E.T. vibes from that?
E.T. Star Wars meets Star Wars. I'm getting heavy E.T. vibes from this.
The music, like E.T.
They've all been told. They've all been told to say this before it came out.
Oh, yeah. Indiana Jones vibe, Goonies vibe.
Jesus Christ!
It's the Stranger Things meets.
I love that. I love that there's a Replacements reference in there. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ!
It's
I love that
the
movie.
Stranger Things meets Star Wars.
Stranger Things in Space. Yes.
Stranger
Be
Things,
careful where you step.
Star Wars, Goonies.
A Goonie-like Star Wars adventure.
A Goonies-like Star Wars series.
The Goonies in Star Wars. I'm here for that.
And you know what? It's because it's not really Star Wars. It's just something totally different, but in a Star Wars world. So what's the worst that could happen?
I'm not even gonna begin to go into what is wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you dare say anything negative about this series, you are bullying children.
I better not see anybody bullying these fucking children. All right, we are not going to have another Jake Lloyd incident in this fandom.
Oh, fuck off.
So even the worst of you, I hope to God, please rein yourself in. Even if this is the worst thing
You need
you've
to
ever
go and
seen,
cry,
you hate it
dude.
with fiery passion, please leave these child actors out of it.
Do not direct your criticisms or your vitriol or your hatred or any of this bullshit towards these child actors. I am so serious.
I'm super cereal. Nobody will listen to me with cereal.
We start off with the child. Okay.
Oh my god, look at the kids.
Oh, so cute.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Okay.
I think what is his name? Neil? So cute.
Go ahead and take a seat.
Oh my god. Yo, that was sick. I love the gog. I love it.
Why? Why?
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no way. That is cool.
How? No, nobody asks how? Nobody. It's just all no way. No way. No way. No way. No way. Not one person went, hang on a second.
What a gaggle of soy boys.
I think you need your balls reattached.
Oh, this looks amazing.
He's watching it on his phone and recording himself watching it on his phone.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Hell yes, dude.
He had
This
an
is
orgasm.
awesome. All right, cool.
Disappointed!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Ah! They really are lost in space.
I'm glad you're here to tell us these things.
Whoa, dude, that CG was sick.
Oh, it's cute.
Oh.
No wonder.
I got chills.
Yo, what the heck? Usher 7 and what?
After she said she got chills, Grizzy, you should have just said they're multiplying and then gone into the next clip.
The heck? What the flip?
Calm the fuck down.
Dude, this is so iconic. I love this.
Oh my god. Hell yeah. That's sick.
Look!
That's not sick.
That looked like
It's not sick. This is like that's an overreaction. That's got to be an overreaction.
a lot of fun.
Guys, I think we're up for a cool show here. I think we're up for a really cool show.
No, can't these people ever be critical of anything? Like people say that we're like constantly critical of everything. Yeah, okay, we are. We give our reasons why we are, but we are. But these guys are super like they constantly like they're chronic praisers.
There's much they can mess up in this.
Oh.
Yeah.
A bit more for, the younger audience to enjoy and engage with as well.
I have to ask, is this show actually made for kids? Or really weird grown adult
Very
men?
good point. Oh, Grizzy, what a great point. Star Wars is for kids. Why do you think so much about it? Why do you look so deep into it? Well, it's for kids. It's a show for kids. Oh, let's just have like a really rapey kind of series, real weird dynamic, and ship people and actually come out and say that, yes, that's exactly what we did it for. We did it for the shippers. We read fan fiction. We wanted to do a bit of a Raylo kind of thing, right? Is that for kids? And then this is for kids. Oh, it's Goonies-like. It's for kids, blah, 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 blah. And who are the, like, any kids? Did any kids even watch this trailer? Maybe if any of these people had kids, maybe they let their kids watch the trailer and got them excited, like fake excited. If any of them have kids, I'd be fucking freaking out.
Okay, I think a trailer for Skeleton Crew just dropped. Let's check it out.
What the fuck?
Oh, dude.
Freaks me the fuck out. My name is Scotty Holiday. I'm a queer Star Wars creator. Please consider liking, subscribing.
How about no? You're offended by showing a threesome to a child. Yeah. If it was a man and a woman kissing, you wouldn't have turned it. What's the difference?
I have been in television for 24 years, and I have very seldom been at a loss for words.
Thanks for watching, I guess. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
Yes. Thanks, Grizzy. Oh, thanks, Grizzy. We're going to drop the link again. It's a really good point, though. Star Wars for kids, or is it not for kids? I don't know. Excuse me. All right. Where are we? Oh, hang on. We are here. So Brett, for his 4-month member chat, says tracking fobs can't kick. No, you're trying to trigger me. Fucking tracking fobs, man. Probably one of the biggest, newest devices in Disney Star Wars, like created lore, with no explanation. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. You nearly got me. Nearly got me, Brett. And he then gifted another 5 memberships. Thank you, Brett. What a legend. What a legend. Nearly got me. Fucking nearly triggered me. All right. Let's do this and get out of here. We get what? 2 3/4 hours. So, just go through the nominees again really quickly. We got Star Wars Theory with his reaction to Skeleton Crew, wherever that is. We've got, Star Wars Theory is number 1. Stoned Star Wars is number 2. Brian Ward, number 3. And Saya is number 4. How did we go on this poll? Oh, we got a good amount. 32. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, we're going to end the poll here. I hope everybody got to vote that wanted to vote. I always just wait that little bit because there's the delay in the stream, just in case. But it doesn't look like anyone is, so we're going to end it right now. All right. So, here we go. It was pretty much a waste. So, in last place, with 6% of the vote, was Stone, number 2. Stone Star Wars. In second last place was Brian with 9% of the vote. In second place with a whopping 21% was Saya. And in first place with a massively whopping 62% was Star Wars Theory. Congratulations, Star Wars Theory. Believe it or not, This is the first time Star Wars Theory has won Seal of the Week. I think he's been nominated a couple of times, but he's never actually won it. Never actually won it. I must admit, it's probably because there was a lot of Jacob and stuff back then, but I've been blocked by Jacob. I know Mike Hill sometimes sends me like a screenshot of a tweet of his so I can use it. But yeah, I haven't really been paying much attention to Jacob because I'm blocked and I don't care about setting up another account. Anyway, congratulations, Star Wars Theory. You are this week's Seal of the Week. I want to see your seal emojis in the chat.
I'm all the Jedi.
Yeah, buddy. All right. We are all done. We are all done. That's it for me. Let's see. I got to get obviously back into doing some videos. That will hopefully start coming into this new week. I'm sure I can get back into the swing of things a little bit with the timing of this. It was horrible because I was going to take that week off after the Acolyte and then just sort of get straight back into it. And then obviously my grandma passing hurts a little bit. So this coming week, I will be back in the saddle, making videos. And obviously we do have some of the full Aussie stuff. So we've got no full Aussie this weekend. But then we've got Hump Day next week on Wednesday. And we've got, it's a full Aussie show that next weekend. And then you'll catch me on Flashcast this weekend and Casual Rage. And then obviously I'm going to work out exactly what I'm doing with the Stargate thing. And then hopefully I can sort of start getting started on that. Because look, to be honest with you, there's other shows that I'm watching, like there was House of the Dragon. Obviously that's over and that was pretty good. It was okay. Season 2 was nowhere near as good as season 1, but it was still fine in my eyes. But yeah, so I want to sort of at least get started on the Stargate stuff. And I've got to work out what I'm going to be releasing videos on and doing videos on. But I'll work that out. My Elon Musk video that I didn't really do all that well. But I think that's really because the channel's been so concentrated on Star Wars, a little bit of Marvel here and there. But even my Marvel stuff never really did well. It was only really the Star Wars stuff. But that's because it's been so concentrated on Star Wars. So hopefully we can do a little bit of a breakout and just cover some just general topics and stuff like that. Also want to try and put together another scripted video. It's been a while since I've done one. They're not quick though. So I will try. I'm not going to deadline anything or anything like that. I'm just going to try and work on something and hopefully put something decent together and get that out. You know, I honestly, I don't even reckon that I'll have that out before I go to America. Because I'm going to America in October. Just a heads up too, seeing as we're talking about it. While I'm over in America, I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing in regards to channel-wise. I'm sure there'll be more updates over on my Twitter, I reckon, than there will be on YouTube. I don't know how I'm going to go doing live streams, if any. We'll see. Uploading videos, I'll definitely be trying to do a few bits and pieces here and there. But yeah, obviously there'll be no casual rages during that time or anything like that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks again for being here. Thanks to everybody that super chatted and members and for the gift memberships. Appreciate you guys very, very much. It's always really, really nice to get a bit of that extra support from you guys. So that's really, really appreciated. And everybody else just for hanging out, chilling, contributing in the chat. You guys are all awesome. We will see you next week, I guess. Let me see. What am I playing? Oh, and the Jack Show is going. So you can go over and let me actually, before we do go, let me just put the link to the Jack Show in the chat. Go over and give him a raid, a Rhino raid. Let him know. Let him know. It's over on John's channel. There's a link to the Jack Show. All right, guys. We will see you next week for another Casual Rage. I'll be a lot better, and I'll be on screen, and it'll be all back to normal. So, yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Put a ticket in and make your name gay!
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
A few minutes? Are you kidding at the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store, or bounce into a supermarket, and then
yeah,
be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing the deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very caution.
You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?
That's not how the Force works.